Okay, I'm gonna break this down to y'all because one thing about me, I'm here to teach. I'm here to bring solutions. I'm not here to just point out problems. I'm trying to bring solutions to the problems. So it's not that people is bad people. It's that y'all lack of accountability is turning y'all into bad people. Y'all looked at as monsters and bad people because of y'all lack of accountability. Y'all might be good people. Y'all might have good hearts. But the thing is, when y'all get the gaslighting and y'all get the projecting, if you not a full-blown narcissist, y'all displaying narcissistic traits. Y'all displaying narcissistic traits because you can't gaslight and you can't project. See, man, the problem that's going on, and I'm not gonna say y'all bad people. So if anybody or people get offended or got offended that I said they was bad people, I take that back because that's not what I mean. So some of y'all do got good hearts. Some of y'all is good people, but y'all lack of accountability is turning y'all into some monsters. Y'all being looked at like monsters because y'all not being accountable, and that's the whole problem. See, the thing of it is, if you a parent and your kid is in a bad situation and you the reason why your kid is in a bad situation, you failed as a parent. You failed as a parent. If you in a relationship with a chosen one or an earth angel and you projecting and you gaslighting and you doing all of these things and you not trying to elevate, you failed as a spouse. You failed as a wife or you failed as a husband. You failed. You failed because first of all, y'all will say y'all kind loving people. If y'all was kind loving people, which I believe that some of y'all are, but the thing about it is, it's y'all lack of accountability that's making people on the outside look at y'all like monsters. Because y'all can't look yourself in the mirror and y'all can't say, you know what, I failed as a parent. If my daughter is in a situation that and it's a situation that's bringing her harm, and I caused that somewhere along the road, I failed. I failed as a parent. Y'all have to look yourself in the mirror and y'all have to tell yourself y'all failed as a parent. And if y'all did stuff in the relationship, it don't matter when it was in the relationship. If y'all did stuff and it was sabotaging the relationship, y'all failed as a partner. Y'all fail as a partner. See, what y'all gotta understand is because you fail at something, that don't make you a failure. That don't make you a failure. It makes you a failure when you not able to be accountable and not able to say, I failed at this. If you're not able to be a grown up and be accountable and look yourself in the mirror and say, I failed as a parent. I failed as a parent. I failed as a spouse. Because the first thing is you can't even begin to start doing shadow work with God until you start being honest with yourself. If you can't be honest with yourself, then God can't even work with you. But y'all think that because y'all failed at certain things that it turns y'all into a failure. Y'all not failures, y'all just fail. But y'all got the chance to correct y'all failures. Y'all got the chance to correct y'all failures, but that start with being accountable first. How you go correct the failure if you not even go acknowledge that you failed? So y'all get so wrapped up in the whole fail part. Oh, I failed as a parent, or oh, I failed as a partner. But it is what it is. Y'all did. Y'all did, because if you didn't fail, then y'all kids wouldn't be in situations like that. The proof is in the pudding. If you did a great job, then it'll show. But if your kids is in a bad situation and you the reason why, you have to look yourself in the mirror and you have to say, I failed as a parent. And like I said, that don't make you a failure. It only make you a failure when you don't want to acknowledge that. Because once you can acknowledge that and you could look yourself in the mirror and you could say, I failed as a parent, and you could go to God and you could say, God, I failed as a parent, and you can go to your kids and you could tell your kids, I failed as a parent, and you could go to your partner and say, I failed as a partner, and you could humble yourself and you could lose your ego and you could be honest with yourself. Then that's when the shadow work can start. Then God can start working with you. But until you can do that, God can't even start working with you because you're not being real with yourself. You're not being honest with yourself. So I take that back. I don't mean people is bad people. All these people not bad people. All these people not demons. All these people not narcissists, but y'all doing narcissistic things. You can't project and gaslight and then people put y'all in a narcissistic box and y'all get mad because we can't tell the difference between the two. Narcissists, demons, gaslight, project. Some of y'all have a good heart, gaslight and project. So it is what it is. Y'all gonna get thrown in the box with the narcissist, man. Y'all gonna get thrown, and then y'all not being accountable. That's another narcissistic trait. So y'all really moving yourself over into the narcissist category, man, because y'all not being accountable. Everything starts with being accountable, man. So that's what's frustrating people is because y'all don't want to own up to it. Y'all don't want to own up to it. Y'all think y'all was good at this and good at that, but the proof shows. The proof shows. If your kid in a bad situation, man, then obviously you failed somewhere. If you held your relationship back and you was the reason why your relationship got held back and you was making mistakes and you was doing things, you have to own up to that. And you have to say, man, I failed as a partner, man. I failed as a partner, but I'm not a failure and I want to correct it. And I want to be a better person, man. But how you go correct it and how you go correct the problem if you never even want to acknowledge that it's a problem, bro? And that's what it is, man. It's like how God can ever start working with y'all if y'all can never acknowledge that y'all even got a problem or that y'all even failed at anything. It's okay. People fail all the time, man. I failed so many times in my life, man. I failed so many times in my life, bro. But you know what? I failed. You know what I'm saying? But I'm honest. I tell God, hey, God, I failed. But God be like, I know, but we'll get them next time. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is with God, man. That's how you go to God. You go to God and tell him, God, I could have did better, man. I failed. I was doing A, B, and C. I got distracted, man. I should have been a better mother. I should have been a better father. I could have been a better partner. I could have made better decisions. I failed at that, man. I failed at that. But that don't make me a failure, though. But I failed at that. So can you work with me so you could help me get my stuff together so I don't fail no more? But everything starts with accountability, man. Everything starts with accountability, man, and it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. That's what life is about. Life is about failing and then correcting it. But y'all gotta acknowledge when y'all fail. Y'all gotta be able to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself I failed. I failed. It's not the end of the world, but I'm telling you, the proof is in the pudding, man. You can see the proof because if your kid's in a situation that they shouldn't be in and you know that you the cause of it, you had to fail. You didn't do a great job, because if you did a great job, they would never be in that situation. So it's about being honest with yourself, man. And the minute y'all can start being honest with yourself, then y'all can start being honest with God, and then y'all can start y'all shadow work. Until then, if y'all gonna keep running and keep lying and projecting, man, y'all ain't gonna get nowhere, bro. Y'all just running in circles, man, because y'all not being accountable. Life don't work like that, man. You do something, you own up to it. Do it hurt sometimes to look at yourself and say you failed as a parent or you failed as a partner? Yes, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is, but you got to correct it, though. It's not the end of the world, man. You just got to correct it. You got to be honest and say, I made mistakes. I could have did a lot better, man. I could have did a lot better. When I was supposed to be elevating the relationship, I was making stupid decisions and I was bringing us backwards, man. And I own up to that. That was my bad. That was my fault. I failed. And then God would be like, okay, now I could work with y'all, man. Now I could work with y'all. Now I could get y'all on the right track because at least y'all owning up to what y'all doing. So the first thing is accountability, man. Be accountable for what y'all do.